void-born exists, a saying, feed the small things, or the small things will feed on you. It is prophecy spoken as casual cruelty. Before the Gellerpox, parasites existed in spaces the crew refused to acknowledge. Cursemites and blood troughs, Eyestinger swarms in corpse, recyclers, sludge grubs in sump spaces, blind and patient. They were permitted presences. The crew tolerated them because culling was exhausting. The parasites remained small and unremarkable, asking nothing but continuation. But the saying holds a deeper truth. Feed the small things enough, and they will remember the taste. How do parasites become weapons? Permission. When the Gellerpox breached the new dawn's Geller shielding, reality bled warp saturation seeped through every seal, carrying psychic sediment, prayers of dying sailors, the static of minds touching infinite fear the warp could digest. The parasites did not flee, they aligned. The Cursemites felt it first. A burning clarity, their bodies swelled and hardened, chitin thickened into armor, proboscis is sharpened into needle points capable of piercing sealed flesh. This was not random mutation, it was recognition. Each adaptation aligned with what they had always been, made to strike vulnerability, to drink where flesh was already open. The warp amplified what had always hungered in their nature. Those hungers were now correct, sacred. The Eyestinger swarms underwent a different revelation. Their eyes multiplied across their skulls, compound lenses blooming like stolen sight, each capable of seeing the faint luminescence of consciousness in prey's nervous systems. Their proboscises elongated, weeping ichor that carry hallucination. When contact seen became a liability, they attacked vision itself, the certainty of knowing what you looked at. Deep in the subspaces, the sludge grubs underwent metamorphosis. The Gellerpox filled their bodies with caustic, acidic slurry burning from inside out, visible from thinning skin as luminescent corruption. Their mouths ring themselves with more fangs, not from need, but because the warp was teaching them what hunger could become, when no longer constrained by individual survival. They grew so bloated their bodies became living bombs. They learned to move inevitably as sludge grub slides toward prey with the patience and entropy itself, knowing time is its ally, that corruption spreads whether resisted or accepted. How do parasites become weapons? They become weapons when the warp recognizes them as already perfect instruments and simply removes the restraints. How does hunger become inheritance? The parasites did not gain consciousness. They inherited alignment, perfect synchronization between what they were and what they were now permitted to become. This is not compulsion. This is not slavery. It is fulfillment. The parasites inherited the hunger of the warp itself. That vast appetite that transforms everything into an instrument of its own proliferation. That discovered it was not forward, it was not imposition. It was completion. They had always been made to feed, to consume, to spread. Now they were simply permitted to do so without restraint. Hunger became inheritance the moment parasites realize we have always been this. We were simply waiting for permission. What waits in the darkness? Nurgle waits. Not as invader, not as conqueror. Nurgle waits his recognition. A presence that has always existed where decay unfolds without interference. The warp saturation of the new dawn was not attack. It was opening. A moment when barriers between void and a materium grew thin enough for parasites to perceive what it always called to them. Nurgle teaches through manifestation. The parasites learn from the simple fact of their transformation. From the realization that every adaptation, every mutation was a confirmation. They were not twisted into something alien. They were revealed as something that had always contained divinity within them. To feed is to serve, to corrupt is to create, to persist is to bring. The parasites became weapons not through conquest but through alignment. The codexmaledictus records this moment as the becoming, but only in Var knows the truth beneath. There was no moment of sudden transformation. There was only the instant when parasites stopped pretending to be something other than what they had always been. And in that instant, the small hungers remembered the taste of what fed them. And they became hungry for something far, far larger. And they became hungry for something far, far larger. And they came hungry for something far, far larger. And they became hungry for something far, far larger. And they became hungry for something far,